back, baby.
Offense, you know what to do.
It's football time in Tennessee.
Hey everybody, welcome in. This is the 1796 Sports Podcast. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor once again, Grade A Grounds. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring. They have a new flavor of coffee that is there for a limited time. It's the VOLSICLE flavor. It's obviously UT themed, and it'll be going on till December 30th, and then it's done. So go ahead and get your orders in. Support the Vols, support Vol fans. It's great coffee for a great cause. All right, everybody, welcome in. This is the 1796 Sports Podcast. Got a very special guest tonight. We got Mr. Bennett Warren here with us, 4-star offensive tackle. We love him, obviously. And then I got Jim with me, normal Vol fan. I got Ryan with me as always. And, yeah, we'll get right into it. So, Bennett, I'm pretty sure every Vol fan knows you, but go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us something we should know about you. Just kind of say what's up to everybody.
Bennett Warren, 24 offensive lineman, been committed since July 31st. I want to say was my verbal date. And hit the Loves football. I can't really play it down there.
Great. Yeah, we love to hear it, man. So we'll go ahead. We got some questions for you. Hope that's all right. So, Ryan, start us off.
Yeah, but I'm going to start it off a little lighthearted for you. I'm sure you've been asked this question before. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
This is very controversial. So
yeah,
This is very controversial. Tell you what, it's an open face sandwich, if you call it that.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what? He just earned that 5-star right there.
There you go.
Now, going off that question, because we'll get to the real serious ones after this, but all right, I just want to know. I'm 5'11", 6 foot, says it on my license. I'm 6 foot, so that's I'm legit. If you gave me 10 tries, can I get past you?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was quick, man. I thought he was gonna be nice to me. He was just like, nah, but I like it. I like it. He's, yeah. I feel bad for these defensive linemen coming in next year. So.
Yeah, Nico ain't gonna be on his back a whole lot, is he, Bennett?
I hope not. Jesus Christ.
No, yeah. So this is probably something you've been asked quite a bit, but people want to know. So, what kind of was the driving factor in getting you to Tennessee? If you can speak on that, like who was kind of your lead contact at Tennessee? What kind of set Tennessee apart from the rest?
The lead contact at that time, it was Coach KP, the offensive line coach there. Other than Coach Ellerby, the environment they brought compared to everywhere else I had been or that I had talked to was it seemed like they had a real piece of it. Like they weren't just looking down at a recruiting paper asking me the same questions over and over.
Mm-hmm.
If he could call me at random times and be like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" and this, that, and the third. Like I have a normal conversation outside of stuff like that. When I actually got up there and realized that, like, okay, this isn't just the phone. This is just how they are around everybody. And and I got to meet more than just the coaches. I met the coaches' families. They brought them around to all the events. And it was just like a memorable weekend outside of being recruited the entire time and asked if I'm going to come here and being questioned about all that stuff. It was just that I got to enjoy myself and spend time around some of probably the coolest football players I've ever met. Like John Campbell and Bison and Mathai and all those guys. They're cool people, which is something I didn't meet a lot of when I was going back to do it. And Coach Ellerby in general was really – I don't know. He's got that feels more like a dad than a coach. That type of feel for him.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a big part of it. I mean, especially – in the NFL, I feel like probably not as much, but in college, I mean, you got to be somewhere you're going to enjoy yourself and around people that you like and people that respect you. You don't want to I mean, this is like a big part of your life, so you want to make the right decision there.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 4 years there. I'd like to have fun doing it.
Absolutely, it's Tennessee. I don't know. You probably felt it a little bit. Tennessee is like a giant family, essentially. Like once you're a Vol, there will be a guy who played for the Vols for like one season in 2006, and he still gets hit up every day by Vol fans. Like it's pretty crazy. So are there anybody you mentioned John Campbell, so you've gotten to talk to some of the guys that are already there and guys that'll be coming back next year?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got
Matt. I met Messiah, I met Bryson, I met Aiden and Mo Clipper before they went his championship. I met Sham. Yeah, and then of course the 4 guys that are committed now, I know we're all pretty close together. I'm unluckily the only guy that couldn't graduate early. I still didn't allow it, but still talking to them every day and going through stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jim, did you want to go to one of your questions?
Well, we're talking about VFLs, and I mean, obviously, you know who Trey Smith is, and you've seen what he is at now. He's Super Bowl champion. I mean, dude, we could all tell you got that dog in you, and like this offensive line class. And I know you see it. I see you on Twitter a lot. And do you, as a recruit, see these fans on Twitter, complaining about this whole recruiting thing, and are they, kind of overthinking it? Because a lot of people don't realize how good our recruiting class overall is. I mean, we got loads of talent coming in, and and we look at guys like you. I mean, I could see you as the next Trey Smith. Same thing as Satterwhite and Max. Like, you guys are dogs. So do you think these guys are overreacting?
I think some people take the internet in general too much to heart. Like when I made a comment a couple weeks ago, I talked about some random. Okay, I don't know what it is about the past 3 weeks and everybody wanting me to go to Colorado and all that. I don't even have an offer from Colorado, and they took that comment that I made saying, like I said, no disrespect, I won't be a part of Colorado anytime soon. No disrespect though, and they immediately took it as disrespect. Y'all are taking it too to heart. You're not even a coach. You didn't offer me. It's nothing against you guys. I just respect where I am, respect where I'm committed to, and realize I ain't going nowhere. It's my thing. And people they'll be like, this class don't have it. Or Jordan Seaton is going to be, for example, Jordan Seaton. But I don't have nothing against the guy. I met him. I think he's cool. I'm happy that he's going to Colorado. He's a chance to play somewhere that he wanted to play at, and that's all you can ask for. What's it called? They're like, this class don't got it. This is a really good O-line class. You got Mike Matthews, you got Bray Stanley, you got Boo Carter, you got Edges, you got Edwin, you got everybody else. You got Jordan Ross. This class is pretty good. I don't know where we ended up in like the recruiting polls and whatnot, but I believe that we're going to do something great here. Give it a couple of years, maybe even a year and some time. That this class can be really good.
Oh yeah, and you got 3 guys in here that agree with you. It's just, I know you probably see me on Twitter all the time just trying to fight these people off, just saying like, yo, relax. You don't understand the
Calm
talent.
Down.
Yes. See, people, look, you got to recruit himself. It's
room hollering at me on Twitter, bro. Some dude went to one of my Instagram posts from like during my season, started chatting about Colorado, and then all of a sudden he got into a full-blown argument with someone. What are you doing? You're on a 17-year-old's Instagram arguing in the comments, and you didn't go to Colorado neither is the problem with it.
What's funny is half those people that are like coming at you made their accounts in March when, Dion got there. So, yeah, I mean, these guys don't even know what football is, and they're just going at it. But I'll end it on that because we could go on that for a while. But go ahead, Ryan. I know you got something else.
Yeah, I'm going to be the lighthearted questioning guy. I really want to kind of get to know Bennett Warren here. So You're going on vacation. You going to the beach or to the mountains?
Mountains, 100%. Love the cold. I'm actually like, I've lived on the East Coast my entire life outside of living in Texas to play football. I lived in North Carolina, I lived in New York, and I lived in Baltimore for a long time. So I'm really accustomed to the cold. I enjoy the cold weather. I enjoy being in the mountains. So, yeah, I'd take the mountains.
Well, that's a great answer because you're going to Knoxville. So
Yeah.
When
I first flew in and I saw those mountains, I was like, you're definitely gonna catch me like sitting on the edge of a cliff somewhere checking it out.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, I'm biased, but I think East Tennessee is one of the most beautiful places in America. I think it's great. But just to piggyback off of what y'all were saying earlier, I do think it's weird. We've talked about it before. When you have like 45-year-old men that are like tweeting at 18 and 19-year-olds.
Hollering at me in my comments.
It's strange. Some guy that works at like AutoZone is like going home and blasting you on Twitter about your decision.
Works at AutoZone across the country from Colorado.
Yeah.
Weren't hollering about me. I'll be like, okay, sure thing.
Now, I do want to ask you, and I know you've probably been asked this before, but you've been at a couple games inside Neyland Stadium. What has been, the most, like, the coolest moment that you've been at inside Neyland? I know we've had a lot, but.
I went to South Carolina for the dark mode game.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
That was sick. I love that environment. They had I can't remember what planes flew over that day, but that was insane.
Oh yeah.
I was enjoying myself down there, and I think it was I can't remember if that game, the opening drive is a touchdown. That was probably my favorite moment to watch, and that was the game where John Campbell specifically was balling out. He's just pulling left and right, decleating folks. I was like, wow.
Yeah, John Campbell's a beast, dude. And we couldn't be more happy about him coming back because, tackles, you guys are hard to come by. Yeah. And, but yeah, I was at that South Carolina game, man. And
that was fun.
I know you could probably feel it. The fans for Tennessee wanted that game as much as the players did. And that's us every game, man. So.
Yeah, that's the game that Spraggins had his pet gamecock. Yeah. I love that he does. That's hilarious.
Which they still haven't returned.
I know. That's wrong. But I love our line. I think it's awesome that we have all these dudes coming back too. And talking about the transfer portal stuff, I think it's kind of funny how and Bennett, I'm sure you've seen this where it's like, one player, like you don't go to a school and then they act like their entire season's ruined. And we've kind of seen it a little bit with the transfer portal stuff. It's like if your college isn't getting every single player that's available that, Timmy on Twitter thinks you should get, then it's a total failure. So it kind of leads into Jim. I know you wanted to ask this. So how do you feel? I know you can't say a whole lot about it, but how do you feel about the current state of college football, like how with the transfer portal and all that?
I think the transfer portal brings an interesting environment to college football. It's like you're getting a kid that's just more developed. And, sure you get a couple less years with him, but you're getting a extremely developed player that can almost make it's like a guy that can make an instant impact. Like how they talk about 5-stars or those guys that make instant impacts. It's like having one of those, and he already knows what it's like to play at the college level. It's not like another champion in the SEC. So it's like, I guess, you're given a new opportunity to start wherever you go. I think it's interesting. I think it can hurt a lot of teams, but at the same time, it helps a lot. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a new dynamic. It's kind of like, free agency almost. But I think it's funny that, some people have problems with it. And I don't really understand that because, look at it like coaches have always been able to do that. Like coaches have always been able to chase a bag and go somewhere else whenever they want. So why should the players not be able to do that? So I mean, it's just going to happen. I mean, I'm sure you've seen in the news we've lost a couple people to the portal, and I don't blame them because some of these guys will probably never play in the NFL. They're trying to get money while they can, and I don't blame. It's hard to blame somebody for that.
Yeah, you can be set up with how the way NIL works now and the money that you can get. You can be set up for the rest of your life.
So I want to ask you a question about Nico. I mean, there's obviously a lot of hype going around Nico and a lot of hype going around this offensive line class coming in because you guys are going to be the ones protecting him. And we don't know him personally, and I know you've probably talked to him before. How is he as a person? Is he the guy that everyone says he is about how he's a leader? Is he that guy that you would love to block for?
I personally have never met Nico, but like when I was down there watching him, I mean, he seems like a calm, collected person. What game did I watch? Like UConn? He seemed calm out there on the field. I feel like probably in the locker room it would translate to him being the leader. I wonder what it's going to look like when he'll moving here. I have no, honestly, I've never met him, so I couldn't answer that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of that will probably come out once everybody's on campus together. I'm sure you'll learn quick like how everybody is and who you vibe with. And do you have a preference with the type of quarterback that you're blocking for? Like mobile, in the pocket?
No, not really. But my high school quarterback last year was pretty. He was a dual sport. He played baseball and football. He wanted to go Ivy League. He went around, but he was like he towards the end of the year that he could be mobile because he was big. He was like 6'2", 215-ish, but he had speed, and Brady had a crazy arm. If he knew to get out of the pocket, he'd get out of the pocket. He was good at not like running in the way the tackle's blocking. So if I could ever have a quarterback like that again, I'd say, or definitely one of those quarterbacks that can chuck the ball whenever, but he's mobile at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely would make your job a little easier if the quarterback gets his, makes plays on his own sometimes. Yeah. I've always imagined as a, just somebody who watches football, I've always imagined it would probably be a little frustrating to have a statue in the pocket, but.
Yeah, that's a big problem. That was this year. I had my QB was sort of like that. You get caught up. It's hard to hold anybody for 8 seconds at a time.
Right.
When your QB is standing there looking at something and nothing's open, when you should just take off, get a couple yards slide. Instead of like trying to throw in the traffic, throwing an interception or something that wastes the drive.
Gotcha. So, Jim, you had a question involving another SEC school.
Oh yeah. So, knowing, you being in Texas, I got one of my best friends, man. He's probably the biggest Aggie fan you could probably think of. He wants me to ask you, why didn't you choose Texas A&M? He was heartbroken when he seen that you were coming here because, hey, I'm his best friend and I was making fun of him because we got you, and but he wants to know, and not in a smart aleck way, but he was just wondering, what made you decide Knoxville over Aggieland?
I couldn't tell you. I have friends that go to A&M. No, now he's in transfer portal. He's going to TCU, but Redmond Constrickland, he was an offensive lineman there. Actually, he came to my school, or he went to my school beforehand, and he's the reason I like playing football. He made me actually want to play offensive tackle. But he used to tell me a lot about A&M, and right before I had visited A&M a couple times, right before the season really started for them, and I could tell that the team was pretty good. I mean, obviously they look great on paper, but like watching their practices, whatnot, they were. I don't know how to put it. They don't look like they work together as a team, and it kind of showed. And like the last time I met like Jimbo and all of them, it almost seemed like he was out the door. He knew he was out the door. And then I was like, I don't know if I really want to go there. Remy was like, yeah, I think I'm going to hit the portal soon. I was like, that must be a reason not to go there, even though, I mean, I really did like Aggie Land, and everybody from my school is really going to A&M. So, yeah, I don't know. I was like, and I also kind of didn't want to stay in Texas, if I'm being honest. I wanted to move more back to the East Coast because I'm an East Coast kid, but yeah, I think that was a little attractive of it.
And so
I wondered. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
I was just gonna say something quick. You said you lived in New York for a little bit. I'm from New York. I lived in New York my whole life. And what part of New York were you living in?
Cortland, New York, upstate.
Oh, okay. You were upstate. I'm from Long Island, so yeah, I'm from the little suburbs over, surrounded by beaches.
From Long Island.
Do you know whereabouts?
He didn't live there, but I know he was born there. He lived there for a couple of years.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a small world right there.
So upstate New York. So you really the Knoxville in November ain't gonna bother you.
No, I was like negative with snow covering the road. You still having to go.
Good. Yeah.
He almost like pray to be in the 60s the whole year. If I'm being, I don't want it at all.
Ryan, I know you had a couple more. Do you want to?
Yeah. So, Bennett, this is a thought-provoking question. It might take you a second. I know it would take me a second to answer this. So, if you could have a conversation or sit down to dinner with anybody that you want, dead or alive, who would it be?
I think I said Kobe Bryant. I used to play football, or I used to play basketball for the Hall of Fame in Grady. I played on his AAU team, and 2 weeks before Kobe died, we were down there playing in his basketball tournament, and I got to meet Kobe for the first time. And I thought that was sick. He was a really big influence to me because I like the Mamba mentality and that whole like energy that Kobe had. I like wanted to carry that with me. And I wish I got that. I wish I had to like sit down and have a real conversation with him. I really only had to take a picture with him and stuff like that. But I think the way him and Tracy interacted, I would love to be like that with him. He was a super big inspiration. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
feel like you'll definitely have the chance to meet with any athlete you want in a few years. I think we all see great things for you. So I did want to ask you also, so I know that you did play basketball. Speaking of that, did you ever have any higher aspirations for basketball, or did you always know you were going football?
By my freshman year of high school, I was like, God, I don't want to play basketball anymore. I can't stand it. I don't know what it was that made me want to. Like, I think I got too big in my eyes. The moment you hit like 6'8" and you're like in the 250s, I was in the 270s. I played until my junior year, and when I hit the 270s, I was like, I'd get on the court, I get the ball. The moment I take a dribble, it's a foul because I'm too big. I'd knock them over and I get a charge. I was like, I quit. I can't do this anymore. It's not even fun. Dunking is cool and all that, but I'm like a mini Zion, I guess. I don't know.
I like that.
Well, guys, Ryan, NVF, anything else you want to ask Mr. Warren?
I really wanted to do like a kind of like a rapid fire, like little, one word thing where you kind of just got to answer these questions really quick. But it's up to you. I don't know if you're down for that.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, I'm gonna, I'll do this right off the rip. If you got to take a second to answer, you can. But I'm gonna go ahead with it. So, do you prefer texting or calling somebody?
Texting. I hate being called.
I'm the same way. What's your favorite day of the week?
Monday mornings.
Really, Monday mornings?
I love working out on Monday mornings. I don't know. I guess it wakes me up. It gets me ready for the week. If it's gonna suck, I might as well be sucky and working out. So,
All right. Favorite song artist?
I say Lil Baby right now. I guess J. Cole.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I like J. Cole. This one's kind of funny. Taylor Swift is blank.
Trash.
Scale of 1 to 10. How good are you going to be at Tennessee?
How good am I going to be at Tennessee?
Yeah.
I give myself an 8.
Okay, I thought you were going to give yourself a 10. I was going to say a 10. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream. Or cookie dough, sorry.
Okay. Favorite number?
Number 76.
Oh, this one's kind of funny. If Voldemort offered you a hug, are you accepting? Hey, I don't know if you've seen him, but Voldemort on Twitter is going to not like that.
Oh, the guy?
You can take it either one. I think
Nah.
they're probably about the same.
I'm good.
But other ones are kind of weird, so I'm not going to ask you those ones. But that's it for me. I don't know if Ryan's got anything else.
I think I'm good, man.
Well, Bennett, we really appreciate you doing this, man. It means a lot. We're going to be supporting you every step of the way. And, we'd love to have you on again once you get to campus and, get some experience with the team. And if there's anything we can ever do for you, just let us know.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. And, guys, I did want to give y'all one more reminder just to check out Grade A Grounds Coffee. Thank you for sponsoring us. It means a lot. Check out Grade A Grounds if you haven't yet. Go Vols.
Go Vols, baby.
Balls.